Isn't that a good looking thumb? Actually, it hurts a lot. The last time we met together, one of the things that I was telling you was about, as I was texturing a room, is that sometimes we cover up our faults. Well, I'm continuing to work on that room, and this time I had a radial arm saw, and it has this wonderful protector over it, but it was hard for me to cut the wood with that there, so I held it up, turned the saw on, and boom, caught my thumb. Well, an interesting thing happened. I grabbed it quickly, and I ran in and got a rag and put over it right away. But the thumb was not the only part of the body that hurt. I began to feel a little faint. I started sweating. My knees were weak and I was short of breath. My whole body was impacted by the cut on the end of my thumb. It turned out that as I hung on tight for about 15-20 minutes, when I finally removed the rag, that the bleeding had stopped already. It's interesting to me that the body functions in a way that you can't just hurt the thumb and then move along as though nothing else is going on. If you hurt a part of the body, the whole body hurts. And it reminds me of the passage that Paul, writing to the Corinthian church, he said these words. He says, "Now the body is not made up of one part, but of many. If the foot should say, 'Because I am not the hand, I do not belong to the body,' it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. And if the ear should say, 'Because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body,' it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has arranged the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body." When Paul is writing that to the Corinthians, he's talking about each person who is part of the Corinthian church. And the same is true for those of us who are in leadership. The groups that we are leading are one part, one group. And if you are facilitating or leading a life group, an adult Sunday school class, a Kate's Cup table, maybe it's a children's class, if one person in that group is hurting, the whole group is hurting. And that really is the responsibility of the leader, the facilitator, to know the people in your group, what's going on in their lives, what's going on in their homes, in their businesses. That's one of the reasons why we try to have groups stay small, because you can't know everybody. On a Sunday morning, there's 400 people in a worship service. It's impossible to know everybody and what's going on. We ask people to get plugged into life groups so that you can be known and so that you can know others. Hey, as we come to the end of the summer, I want to encourage each of you as facilitator leaders to begin looking out, begin talking to the people in your group and finding out how are they doing, what's going on in their life. Has it been a good summer? Just give them a call. Ask them how they're doing. Because if one is weak or one is hurt, the whole body hurts. Your whole group hurts. So you have a good week, but remember, we're a body, and each part is important to the rest. Hey, you have a good week. Thanks.